everybody. Here we are for our Wild Animals Around the World Wednesday. So I wonder if anybody knows what is the most misunderstood fish. What do you think?
The devilfish.
It's the piranha. So we're actually going to learn about piranhas today. So the reason why I say they're misunderstood is because people always think of piranhas as these evil fish that are just out to eat humans. And while they will bite at the human skin, they're not necessarily just out to eat humans. They wouldn't devour a whole human or anything like that. And so that's why a lot of the cartoons and the movies, they kind of put on a funny, just a funny little take on piranhas, that they are to be, you know, they can bite you and they can take chunks off your skin, but they're not going to just devour you alive in seconds or anything like that, like they would show on on movies and TV and stuff like that. So we're going to look at our My Animal Notebook, and we're going to learn about the 3 main characteristics of fish. Alexis, do you remember any of them? We haven't reviewed them since last week.
Gills.
That's right. All fish have gills. Go ahead and read them.
Cold-blooded.
Go ahead and read all 3 facts.
All fish have fins, all fish have gills, and all fish are cold-blooded.
That's right. So the gills, fins, cold-blooded are 3 main fish characteristics. So today we're actually learning about a freshwater fish. So far, we've been just doing the saltwater fish, but this is our freshwater fish, and they're actually found mostly in the Amazon River and other rivers in South America. So this fish is specific to South America. So I'm actually going to flip around the camera because actually a lot of the books, they're easier for you to see the pictures and everything if I can flip it around. And we'd love to know who's watching with us today. So if you could just give us your name and your age and where you're from, we'd love to know who's watching. So I'll flip us over here. Here we go, piranhas. So remember how it says all fish have fins and all fish have scales? Well, there you have it, the fin and the scales. So what are piranhas? First, what we want to do is on the top of your fish page, we're actually on page number 25. And we're going to write, on the top here, we're going to write piranhas. That's the fish we're going to talk about today. So piranhas, as you can see, are spelled Piranhas. Jason is watching. He's 44 from Michigan. Is that goofy? That's actually Alexis's daddy, isn't it? He wants to learn about piranhas too. So here we have our piranhas. They're a type of fish. Piranhas have fins, or their bodies are covered in scales, which are 2 big characteristics of all fish. There are different kinds of piranhas. Most piranhas grow to be about the size of your hand. So look down at your hand.
That eats you?
But as I'm saying, it's not a big fish. They're smaller fish. What do piranhas look like? Well, piranhas have round bodies, big heads, and large jaws. Piranhas can be blue, red, yellow, gray, or black. Isn't that interesting? That's something that I didn't know before, was that how many different colors of piranhas come in. And actually another book has a really pretty blue piranha. So they can be blue, red, yellow, gray, or black. Ooh, look at those jaws and those teeth. That's where they get that reputation for being such fierce creatures. A piranha's jaws are lined with sharp pointed teeth. If one tooth breaks off, well, another tooth will grow in its place. So they'll always have that full set of jaws. And then the colors they can be, I know that's a good fact to remember, isn't it? They can be blue, red, yellow, which are the 3 primary colors, gray, or black. And here kind of, again, shows you the map. We talked about that they're in South America. Where do they live? Piranhas live in the rainforest in South America. It's warm and wet in a rainforest all year long. And you will see them in a lot of aquariums will have them. So here's the Amazon River here. Piranhas live in warm water in rivers and streams. If the water's too cold, actually the piranha will die. They cannot regulate their body heat. That's why they're cold. That's what a cold means, that they're cold-blooded. What do piranhas do during the day? Well, in the morning, piranhas start to look for food. They swim up and down the river and hunt all day long. Piranhas have a very good sense of smell. They use to smell their prey, or they use smell to find their prey. Isn't that funny to think of, like smelling underwater? It's kind of interesting to think about, isn't it? But yeah, we're noticing a lot of these fish, they do have wonderful sense of smell. So what do piranhas eat? Piranhas eat small fish, shrimp, and insects. Some piranhas will catch birds and lizards or eat dead animals. And they actually have been known to eat mammals even the size of a capybara. Some piranhas eat seeds and fruit that fall into the water from the trees. A few piranhas will eat the fins and scales of other fish. So they kind of eat just about anything, don't they? So you can put that they eat, let's see, what was the list of things they eat? They primarily eat small fish, shrimp, and insects. But they'll eat birds and lizards, dead animals, berries, seeds. So they are an omnivore. How do piranhas breathe? You can probably tell us that right now, can't you, Alexis?
They have gills.
That's right, they have gills. So piranhas need oxygen to breathe. They get the oxygen they need from the water around them. Piranhas have openings in their bodies known as gills. They take oxygen from the water when the water moves through their gills. Like all the other fish, too. They breathe through their gills. Do piranhas live in groups? They actually do. Piranhas are not known to be alone. They like to live in large groups. They're known as schools, like all the other fish, right? The piranhas stay in their schools as they swim, hunt, and rest. Well, living in a school helps to keep the piranhas safe. Animals like caimans find it hard to catch one fish when it's in a group because the caiman it'll try to catch one and that one will move, so it'll try to catch that one. So there is safety in numbers with the piranhas. But do people eat piranhas?
Turns out they do.
During the day, people may go fishing for piranhas. Then they cook and eat them. People also use piranha teeth for making tools and weapons. A pair of scissors made from piranha teeth is very sharp. And actually, we read in one book that they'll actually sometimes just take a piranha even and hold it and let it use its mouth to cut leaves and things like that. What do piranhas do at night? Piranhas do not go to sleep at night in the same way that you do. Instead, they save energy by resting in the water. Piranhas stay in their schools at night in case there is danger. Some schools rest close to the bottom of the river. Others will rest on their plants. But as you can see, they're staying together. They like to be in a big group. And here's a great diagram. We're going to use this when we do our drawing later. Here's the piranha body map. Can you tell us all the different parts of the body, Alexis?
Tail, fin, gill, jaw, scales, eye.
Very good. Yes. So we're going to use that in a little bit to draw. And this is just the glossary of some of the different words that we learned. Yeah. So here, this one book is about South American animals, piranhas. So what was the fact that you gathered from the book we just read?
They can be blue, red, yellow, black, and gray.
Very good. So now let's pay attention for more facts as we read our next piranha book, right? So it's interesting how each book has some of the similar things, but you will find some new things in each of the books too. So piranhas are famous for their sharp teeth. These fish are also called caribs or pariahs. Look at those sharp teeth. And there it shows that they're in South America. So scientists are unsure exactly how many types of piranhas there are. Some believe there might be more than 60. So they're finding all sorts of different kinds of piranhas. And some of them are labeled just by their colors too. Like the red-bellied piranha has a red belly. So there's that Amazon River where you'll see a lot of the piranhas. Take a closer look. Look at that. That's kind of more of a yellowish colored piranha, isn't it? A piranha's belly has a saw-like edge. This helps it cut through the water. You can kind of see how it's a little bit jagged there. Can you see that belly? How it's a little bit jagged? So a piranha's scales help it hide in the water. So you can see, look how it really blends in. And these are the red-bellied piranhas. You can see, look, they've got their little red bellies. You can see how it really blends into the water there. Oh, look at those sharp teeth. Whoa. A piranha goes through several sets of teeth during its life. And then here's when I was mentioning earlier how they'll actually hold the piranha like that and they'll let it cut leaves because it's the perfect pair of scissors, or the piranha teeth. Mealtime. Piranhas often eat other fish, and sometimes they might even eat another piranha. So you got to watch out for these piranhas. A feeding frenzy may include more than 100 piranhas. And that just means they're all feeding on one thing. So if there's like one large creature, and they don't usually attack a live animal that's large, but they will eat it if it's either almost dead or dead. During a feeding frenzy, the water may bubble and splash, and some say it looks like the water's boiling. And so that's where they kind of got the reputation for just being crazy eaters. Piranhas will stay close together when they swim in schools. It's almost like they're swimming kind of in unison a little bit. Yep, so this is a predator here. Young piranhas are especially likely to be attacked, but even fully grown adults have predators. And look at who's their predator. Who is that?
I don't know what that is.
It's an otter. So yeah, even piranhas have, and humans too. It sounds like humans like to eat them too, huh? Here's a piranha pair. They guard their nest. They want to make sure nobody gets those sweet little baby piranha eggs. Oh, and here's the baby piranhas. Look.
And they're tiny.
Oh, I know. They look like actually the cichlids that your cousins had. So at zoos, young piranhas will eat different foods than they would in the wild. Sometimes they're even fed ground meat. And one thing we were reading too is that not all piranhas will eat meat. Some actually have a strict vegetarian diet, even though they're known. Yeah. Is that cool? Look how pretty, look how shiny their scales are. Isn't that pretty? In the wild, piranhas can live for up to 12 years.
They can live for 12 years.
Yep, that they can live for 12 years in the wild, right? So here's some more piranha knowledge here. Meet the piranha. Now this one had some really pretty colored piranhas. Look at these. They're almost like an indigo color. Aren't those beautiful? These ones are actually the red-bellied ones, the red-bellied piranhas. They're waiting for their next meal here. They're also called natterers piranhas. But those are beautiful. So piranha means toothed fish. That's how they got their name. It's because they are a toothed fish. Look at this one. That one kind of looks mean, doesn't it? So this is also a red-bellied piranha. It's showing off its sharp teeth as it swims just below the surface. So you can see there's the surface of the water there. What a cool picture this is. So the piranhas like this one are also called the black-tailed piranhas. They live in Brazil. So they're specific to Brazil. Look at that black tail. Look how different this one looks than that previous piranha with the blue. So are there different kinds of piranhas? You can see the red eye and the sturdy jaws of this black piranha. So this one's considered a black piranha. I just was kind of amazed at how many different colors there are of these piranhas. This baby red-bellied piranha lives in an aquarium. Look how cute he is with his little spots and stuff. He doesn't look mean at all, does he? These piranhas live in a zoo, and they're actually being fed goldfish to eat. These hungry piranhas live at another zoo. They're searching for the food that was just placed in their tank. Look how pretty this shiny silver. So this is more of a grayish color. So the piranhas will often swim together in groups called
schools.
That's right. So that's something we've learned in all the books, that they mentioned that the group of fish are schools. Here's some more red-bellied piranhas. They're swimming in shallow water during Brazil's dry season. Because in the Amazon rainforest, they have the two seasons, the wet season and the dry season. Here's another one of the piranhas feeding frenzies. That's pretty cool. And then here is the hungry caiman. He's actually caught one of the red-bellied piranhas. And how do you think this berry-eating piranha like this one got their name? What do you think?
Because it eats berries.
That's right, because they primarily eat berries.
Underwater?
Even underwater, yeah. So here, this one, it's interesting because this one has more of a yellowish belly on this book. And look, this one's one of the red-bellied ones. So this is the last book we're going to look at. So see if you can gather a few more. Oh, so tell me, what are some of the facts that you've learned now so far? Or not, or the new ones, I should say.
Baby piranhas can be 1 inch. They live in schools.
Very good. Yep. So let's see if we can gather a few more facts from our piranha book. So these piranhas here, look at, they're kind of a bluish color, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
They're looking for something to eat. What do you think they want to eat? Do you remember?
Fins.
Well, yeah, or fish, right? Other fish. Oh, there's a close-up of the teeth. Look at that. From close up, it's really easy to see just how sharp they are. So this is a black piranha. He lives in the Amazon River, like all the other piranhas live. Look at how pretty this one is, though. Look at that. It's like a turquoise color. But this is actually one of the red-bellied piranhas. So we notice some of the red-bellied piranhas are more colorful like this one, and then others are a little more on the dull side. Like, and here's that the young red-bellied piranha. Look at all the pretty little spots. What do you think the spots are for?
Camouflaging like fawns.
Mm-hmm. Now this one's a white piranha. Isn't that pretty? So the white piranhas tend to actually only eat dead animals. They won't tend to hunt for their own too much. And look at, here's another large school of piranhas. They can be for up to 100 piranhas in one school. That's another good fact. There can be up to 100 piranhas. So this piranha's sharp teeth work like scissors to cut the food. Actually, another good fact is that, yeah, piranha means toothed fish. So when piranhas like this get too crowded, and they will attack more often, or if they have a hard time finding food. Here's more of the red-bellied piranhas. These ones have a little bit more of that turquoise color to them. Oh, and there's one of its biggest predators is the dwarf caiman. And then look at this one's looking for food too. This one's teeth don't look quite as sharp. I wonder if this is an older piranha. Maybe their teeth don't get as sharp as they get older. And look at how beautiful this one is. It's like a rainbow. This is another one of the red-bellied piranhas. That's the most popular of all the, or most common, I should say, of all the piranhas is the red-bellied. And they're all along the Amazon River. Pretty cool, huh? So now let's go ahead and get out your... Oh, actually, there's one more thing I wanted to show you here in this book about the lateral line here. So you can see there's like this lateral line that goes kind of right down the middle of the piranha. So the piranhas have this body part called the lateral line, and it helps them sense what's around them. It runs from the head to the tail along the sides. This organ allows them to sense objects around the murky water, and it helps them avoid rocks and other obstacles. So it's almost like whiskers on a cat or something. So that's the lateral line, which we'll be drawing that when we draw our piranha as well. So you can get out your paper. And again, because piranhas are kind of, you know, I guess we could go either way with this piranha. You could go horizontal or vertical. Which way do you think you're going to make your book? Are you going to do it horizontal or vertical? You could probably still do it vertical like this if you wanted to, or you can do it horizontal. So you can switch your paper around whichever way. I think I'll switch mine the same way as you, Alexis. So with everyone watching, we're interested to know what are some of the most interesting facts that you discovered learning about piranhas? What was something that maybe shocked you a little bit? I didn't realize there were so many different kinds and so many different colors. I just thought a piranha was a piranha. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our drawing or the picture here of the piranha and kind of just go by its shape right here. So you can kind of see it's a curve, almost like a rainbow, but like a lopsided rainbow. Do you see that? And then its little fin. So let's start with that curve there. So let's see, we're going to draw a little bump here. And then it's got its fin. And then, yeah, there's kind of like a bump by where it's like eye is there. And I'm going to draw mine with the mouth wide open. So I can draw its teeth. Now it tends to have like a little bit of an underbite, which means that the bottom jaw would stick out more than the top jaw. And then we're going to draw some of its fins. It has one of its fins up here. It has a little tiny fin down here by the tail. Here's kind of a larger fin down here, and then it has a little tiny fin here. And then you do want to draw its gills. Those are important. And we're going to draw that lateral line I just talked about. So the lateral line actually goes from the jaw here all the way to the tail. Draw some little tail scales. So that's its lateral line. The eye is very round, like a circle. And it's got like a black in the center, different color on the outside. And of course, we're going to draw those very extremely sharp teeth. That is definitely what they're known for. There's sharp, sharp teeth. So let's see. And we have, yep, I think we have just about everything. So let's go ahead and label our piranha now. So we're going to write the name of our piranha up here, which is Pirahna. There's our piranha. And then let's label its gills. Gills are Gills. Its eye, I'm going to label razor sharp teeth. Razor, which is R-A. Oops, I'm having a hard time writing on the end. Oops, I might have to do that after I have two hands. I'm going to put razor sharp teeth over there, but I can't quite do it without. Can you hold my page for a minute, Alexis? Thank you. Razor sharp, whoops, teeth, T-E-E-T-H. And then we're just going to mark its scales. S-C-A-L-E-S, scales. And let's label its tail. Here, I can get this. Thank you, honey. Tail is T-A-I-L, the tail. And let's label its fin, F-I-N. You can label this fin down here too if you'd like. Fin, fin. There. And there we have our piranha with its gills, its jaw, razor sharp teeth, scales, which actually, if you have time to, you could draw up all sorts of scales all over your piranha. Very cool. And let's see like how Alexis is doing on hers. Nice piranha. Very good. And she's got some great facts that she's recorded about her piranha. So now I have a funny story to tell you, and actually kind of has to do with the cow on my shirt. So as we were researching the piranhas, and I discovered that part of why they got that bad reputation was Theodore Roosevelt went over to the Amazon rainforest, and the natives there kind of wanted to tease him a little bit about the piranhas. So what they did is they netted a large amount of piranhas, and they kind of just kept it in the Amazon River and did not let these piranhas eat. It did not feed them. So by the time Theodore Roosevelt went over to visit, those piranhas were so hungry. So then what they did is they released these piranhas and they put a dead cow in the river. And then the piranhas just they did that feeding frenzy that we heard about, where they just gobbled down that dead cow. So when Theodore Roosevelt saw that, he was pretty shocked and amazed by it. And so then he came back saying how they just completely stripped a cow clean. And really it's because they hadn't been fed, and so they were extra hungry. So generally that wouldn't happen. But the feeding frenzy does happen, and that's part of the fear of the piranha. So I wouldn't necessarily go swimming in the Amazon River anytime soon, but nothing to fear, right? All right, well, thanks for joining us for learning all about piranhas. And we just have a couple more weeks to learn about fish, right? I think we're actually doing my favorite fish next week.
Just the seahorse.
No, don't tell what it is. It's supposed to be a surprise. All right, well, thanks for watching, everybody. Bye.